Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Beer Talks. Back for another roll on this shindig. We are here again talking about many things while drinking beer, as is, 10th episode now, I guess? Or 10th recording, at least. We're kind of getting into a roll of things, just to get things started. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to introduce myself. My name is Jonathan. I am here with my friends Stanley and Addie Lane. And since I always start with Addie greeting first, why don't I start changing things up? Stan, why don't you say hi, man?
Hello, everyone.
Nice. That's exactly what I expected. Addie?
Hello, everyone.
Sweet. All right. Today we will be talking about personal goals. Things that we kind of, build things to be. Build things for.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Goalposts that we set for ourselves. Yeah.
Goalpost. True.
Yeah.
But before that, beer of the day. We are having Steamwhistle, Canada's premium Pilsner.
Is this actually made in Toronto? I think it is. It's brewed in Toronto.
I swear there used to be... Remember I took you guys... Well, I took Addie one time to this rehearsal place. Mm-hmm. There used to be a Steamwhistle factory, in that neighborhood. I thought. Or no, I'm kidding. That was a Moosehead place. Anyway.
How could you?
Oh, there's a Steamwhistle place downtown in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Steamwhistle isn't something that I drink often. I don't know why.
Yeah, why aren't you supporting Toronto beer?
It's not that I'm not supporting it. It's just Steamwhistle is just down the list, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, every time I crack open the beer, I would smell it, but this beer has a very strong smell.
Yeah, it does, actually. You are not wrong.
Yeah.
It is very fragrant. There's also not a lot of head, too.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, interesting.
I remember why I don't drink Pilsner often.
Why?
It's so in your face.
It's very, I don't know if citrusy is the right word to say, but it's very fresh. When I drank it, the first thought I'm like, oh, this is borderline apple juice, apple vinegar.
Really?
Yes.
I felt that, but then it's not that I didn't like it. Actually, I really love this flavor profile.
Oh, really?
I really do love it.
Wow.
But yeah, because I haven't had Steamwhistle for a long time. This kind of just because I think the ones that we've had so far it's been lagers, right?
I think most of it is, yeah.
Yeah. So we haven't had a chance to kind of hit this vinegary.
Vinegary. I know what you're talking about with the sourness.
Yeah,
it does make me kind of pucker a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why. Well, I'm not into sour things.
It reminds me of candy, actually, Sour Patch Kids or something like that. There's a sweetness to it. There's a slight tanginess to it. And yeah, I definitely taste the refreshingness of this. I feel like I would love to have this in the summer on a picnic bench or something.
I mean, for the record, I don't hate it. The only reason why I don't order it is because it is on the sour noter side. And I don't like it when the back of my cheeks. What do you call this area? This right here.
The jaw?
I'm pointing. Yeah, I'm pointing behind the jaw. When
I know exactly. It's when you eat a sour candy and you go.
Yeah.
And then it's right there.
Yeah. And your muscles there just kind of tense up, and then you're just in this weird phase.
Yeah.
Anyway,
nice.
Steamwhistle is very nice though. We're recording this much earlier, and I feel not first thing in the morning, but close to.
Pretty much the first thing in the morning.
Well, for you guys, for Stan especially.
So I got curious and I looked it up, and apparently, they use ingredients that are all GMO free.
Oh.
So it feels very hipstery to me.
GMO free, huh?
I know.
Have you seen that advertisement where it's it's not related, but the advertisement where it's this is GMO free, whatever GMO free salt, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what does that even mean? There's no G to MO.
Yeah. I'm confused.
Yeah, it's like salt-free salt, you know?
Yeah, I was like, there's no G to M.
Oh my
I
god.
don't
It's like
understand.
it's like the Splenda equivalent of salt.
But that sounds
Like, not
ridiculous to
salt,
me.
salt.
It's like saying this is sugar-free salt. It's like I goddamn hope so.
Right. Anyway, before we lose track even further.
Yeah, before
Steamwhistle, if you're listening.
yeah.
Yeah. Right, of course, as per usual, we have to be thankful for our
Shameless plug.
maybe soon to be sponsored Steam whistles.
Right. And also we're in Toronto, right? So like easy delivery, easy partnership. I think this is like a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
There's a band of brotherhood there.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, Addie, why don't you talk to us about what we're talking about today?
Of course. So today I wanted us to talk about goals and basically any kind of goal, right? Your personal goals, whether it's career, life, minuscule things. One of the examples I put on there is like collecting all the Pokemon. It's just like, what goals have you set for yourself? And I want to kind of talk about that. And one of the things I kind of wanted to touch on is how has your goals changed over the years?
Oof.
So yeah, I know, big topic. So Stan, why don't you go first?
You know what? I think my mindset when it comes to goals have dramatically changed since I was like a teenager, right? I think when we're growing up, we've been kind of conditioned to kind of have goals, right? Even honestly, even like in schools or like at your job, it's always kind of like goal setting and whatever. So you're always working towards something. And so that was my mindset for a long time where I'm like, okay, I want to get an A in this course. I want to get a like whatever like number for this course, or I want to get a outstanding for my performance review.
Sure.
And so that was my mindset for a long time. And you know, like it works for me because I think we've talked about this a little bit where I'm very much a like a checklist checker. So I love checking checklists off. Like I love making lists and then checking them off, and then like the rush of checking off a checkbox is like nothing anybody could ever come close to experiencing.
I get it.
The endorphins that you get from
you know,
ticking
like
a box.
Yeah, you know when you start running and like runner's high kicking when you like, you know, use a pen and goes right? Like,
no, I don't know what ticking a
God.
box gives such excitement. Anyway,
it gives such joy, you know. Anyway, so it worked for me for a long time, and then I think recently I've started to transition my mindset more of to building sustainable habits, right? So it's like building good habits that it's sustainable for me, because I feel like every year, for example, like New Year's resolutions, right? I always feel like people fail at New Year's resolutions because in one of two ways. Where one way is like they just kind of give up because they're like, oh, you know, we didn't really work towards it. It's like already halfway through. I'll just start again next year. Right? That's kind of a giving up mentality. And the other mentality, which is way worse, is I achieved my resolution because I got to my desired, I don't know, weight, or I got to my desired, I don't know, grade or something.
Sure, yeah.
And then it just stops, right? Because you feel like you've achieved it and you're moving on.
And they just go back to...
Right, and you go back to your like whatever bad habits or whatever like you were before.
Right.
And so it doesn't feel like a good or like a feel-good achievement, you know? And so what I'm trying to do now is kind of figuring out what I want to build more sustainably in my life, and then working to change my lifestyle. Like not just like, hey, you know, once this is checked off, I'm moving on. No, but this is something that I want to incorporate as part of my life. Right?
Wow.
And then so I think that's kind of the mentality I'm going into now. So then there's no sense of failure if I don't achieve it, because this is not a achievement or not thing, but this is more of a continuous progress. It's kind of like when you're playing a video game and you're leveling up, there's no going back and leveling up, right? Like whatever progress, as much or as little as you put into your progress, it's progress there to stay there. So I kind of think of it like that, without a particular level cap or something.
It's incremental, I guess, right?
Yeah. And then so it's more about like that, and then figuring out what lifestyle I want. And also, as we've talked about many times through our podcast, as we're growing older, I think our lifestyle and our limitations also becomes more apparent to us. Right. So then I'm playing the cards that I'm dealt. So then figuring out like, what can I do? What is sustainable? And then what is something that I feel like I can work towards without getting discouraged, right? Because a lot of people are telling me, oh, because of your back, you should do more yoga, you should do this and that until your back is fixed, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I did that for a long time, but then, if I don't do one session of yoga where I don't check off that checkbox, I feel bad about it. And it's kind of like a vicious cycle, and I hate that feeling. But versus like, I think I want to do a more holistic maybe workout for my body. Like if I don't do yoga today, maybe I can stretch, or maybe I can go for a walk. And again, it's like progression. And as long as I'm not staying stagnant, I think that's more important to me.
True. As long as you constantly build on it,
Yeah.
I understand the sentiment.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like that's kind of like the mentality I've adopted recently, right? And in terms of like personal goals, I think it's still important to have like checklists, right, off of like what you want certain things in your life. So for example, like if you feel like purchasing a home is a big accomplishment in your life, or like having a family is a big accomplishment in your life, I think you should still have that to kind of motivate you to keep moving forward, because those are much more, I think, tangible achievements that you can celebrate, and it's important to have those, right? So I definitely still have those, but it's just not as prominent in my life where it's like, okay, in the next 3 months I must get this checklist checked off.
Right.
Yeah,
That's true.
I can relate to that. I totally agree. Like when we were younger, we were definitely groomed to set a lot of goals. I don't know if you guys did in your elementary or high school, but I remember in junior high and in high school, they had this thing where you had a future planning journal, and it'd be like, what do you want to do in 5 years? And then there are literally boxes that you fill out. It's like, what do you want to do in 5 years? How are you going to achieve it? And how are you going to plan your like courses around it? And I think that kind of set my mindset as a student. And not gonna lie, that was a lot of pressure also, because apparently you had to decide your career when
I hate those questions.
when you're only like 13. So I was like, okay, cool, I want to be a doctor. Clearly not a doctor now. But yeah, like when I was growing up, I definitely had those kinds of goals. And I think it when Stan said like, the New Year's resolution, or whenever you have a goal and you feel like you've achieved it and you just kind of stop, I definitely relate to that. So one of my examples was, like I said, in school, I was a very preppy, nerdy student. So I'd set grade goals of like how much percent I want to achieve in a certain class. And I was that moron of a kid where I would have a spreadsheet of like all the assignments, how much it's worth, what I got in it. And it would auto calculate based on all my year, like all the assignments throughout the year, how much I need to get on my final exam.
That was a thing.
To get the desired grade.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then I distinctly remember in one of my psychology classes, I was sitting in the exam, and I knew I just needed like an 83, 84 to get like the 85 that I wanted. And then I got to the essay portion, so they had like multiple choice, short answers, got to the essay, and then I'm like, hold on. Went back, checked off, like calculated how much, like, because I also had this habit where I would like circle the questions that I was like iffy about, like I'm not 100% sure of the answers. So I counted up all the questions in the multiple choice that I was iffy about. And then I was like, discount a little bit of my short answers. I'm like, if I left this essay portion blank, will I still be able to get my desired grade? I determined that I could, and then I closed my exam and slept for the last half hour.
Based on your calculations.
Based on my calculations, even though I could have done my essay question, I might have gotten a higher grade than the 85. But in my mind, I'm like, all I wanted was an 85. That was my goal. So why try harder? And I stopped. And
you know what? A lot of people at my school did that too. And really? I was one of those kids who were, instead of like an 85, it's like, what do I need to get on my final exam to pass?
Wow. Isn't this called sandbagging?
I don't know what it's called, but maybe.
Were you just kind of holding yourself back even though you don't have to? And it's just like,
Maybe like what my mom literally calls it was just me being lazy, because she's always told me, she's like, I know you're smarter than a
Right.
55% on this math test, like why don't you try harder? And in my head I'm like, why should I try harder?
You don't
Yeah.
you
need
know
to, right?
I
You
don't
don't see
need to.
the.
The goal is to pass, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. I feel the same
And
way.
yeah, but then now if I were to redo it, right, like instead of being a student achieving a certain percentage, I want to be able to be a student that can actually learn the material, right? Like
Mm,
I want to be
Mhm.
able to learn this and be able to apply it later on in life, versus like having to cram everything in my head and
Mhm.
then really forget about like how to actually do calculus. It's
right.
like, not that I need it today, but it's like, yeah, like I wish I kind of remembered how to do calculus, or like I wish I remembered some of those conjugations that we learned in French. you
Yes.
know?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Anyway, that's like nightmare memories. But Addy,
yeah,
so
yeah.
what about now? Like, what has changed for you now, or has anything changed for that matter?
Yeah, it definitely changed. And I think it's similar to Stan, where like I want to set some long-term goalposts, right? Like in 5 years, what I kind of want to do. And then in between, I want kind of sustainable goals as well to kind of get me there. So it's not like checking off small boxes and then kind of focusing too much effort into one thing and then going, okay, got it, done. Now let's set another small goal. So
Mm,
instead of having that, I find it more motivating to set a long-term goal that is still somewhat realistic. Like I'm not saying in the next 5 years I'm gonna become a billionaire. Um, so definitely not that. But
you don't know.
well, hopefully that would be cool. But yeah, like a achievable, realistic long-term goal, and then in between, just do sustainable, smaller achievements to kind of get me there. Um,
Mm,
and it's and the thing is, I feel like nowadays, like my goals are not, it's not, I'm not as conscious of it. Like when I was younger, when I was in school, especially, I'm very conscious of it, right? Like a semester is only 4 months. How can I not be conscious of it? Like in 4 months, I have to, pass my final exam. But
right.
now, like as an adult, my goals are, I don't need to be as conscious of it. I'm like, in the next 5 years, I want to, I don't know, have a kid. So it's like,
Huh.
I know it's there, but I don't have to be super conscious that like, oh my God, I need to get pregnant now because I need to have a kid in 5 years. Like, it's not as crazy. Um, so I think that's how like
Start slamming on your boyfriend's door.
just like
Hey,
start poking holes
hey,
in the condoms.
open
Like, oh
up.
God,
Hey.
craziness.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, but no, like definitely not as laser focused on it as when you're in school and there's like a shorter time frame to achieve my goals.
This kind of brings me back. I had this serious conversation with my dad a long time ago when I was coming out of high school, and I hate how right he is now. I mean, obviously,
Parents
he's
are
gonna
always
be
right.
right, and I was like, it's even more prevalent, I guess, on the topic at hand because, like you guys are saying, basically, when we were younger, we're basically dreamers. We're like, I'm gonna do this, I'm
Yes.
gonna do that, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, right? And then my dad at the time was like, oh, at your age, I was a dreamer too. And then
That's so
as
funny.
things get as things get older, as time goes on and we get older, you kind of realize um, that being realistic is actually like there's no other way but
Yeah.
to be but to face what's in front of you and to just kind of do what you have to do. And all that dreamer, which was, by the way, hearing this back then was so depressing.
Yeah.
And like it's like, oh my God, it's like, what do you mean, but yeah, he basically, long story short, is he is correct. Clearly, based off you guys' examples, as we grow older, we kind of settle into a more realistic achievements and goals that we put on ourselves. Um, Whereas now, given if we plan to, I don't know, live in Cancun for like a year at some point,
Be a nomad.
right? I wouldn't be like, Eddie, that's kind of crazy, but I kind of see you doing that. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Mm.
not out of the question. It might be a little eccentric of you to do that. It might be a little out of the blue, but you know what? If that's what you wanted to do, like if one of these days I'd wake up and I still see myself doing that, and I'd be like, oh guys, I'm moving to, I don't know, like Japan. And you're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, moving for how long? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna stay there for a bit
until they deport you.
Right, until my visa expires, I guess. But I mean, those kinds of goals of like, oh, I want to have this, I want to have all these things at a certain point in time, kind of starts blurring as we grow older, which is kind of sad. But I don't think that people who have huge dreams, like high ceilings that they set for themselves, I don't think that they should be discouraged by that fact. I think, if anything, if that was me and I'm like, you know what, I'm a dreamer, I want to stay as a dreamer, I'm going to show these guys wrong, Like, that's always been my thing.
I think I relate a lot to what you and your dad have said, but I also wanted to kind of maybe put in my 2 cents, right? Like, it's not that like our dreams, like, it's so sad. It's not that our dreams it's not that our dreams have died, but I think we need to, like, when we grow up, right? Like, as we've grown older and as we've gained more experience, I think we start to face reality a little bit more. And then so, I think having big dreams is not a bad thing. I still definitely have, lots of dreams that I want to achieve, but how I get there and the timeline I get there just becomes more realistic. Right. So, and also because of that, and because like I've just done my mindset to this, right? Like, the fact that I'm not achieving my dream tomorrow is not affecting my everyday life. Because I think that's kind of the not the issue, but like I think that's a lot of the conundrum that I'm seeing in people today, where like they're still dreamers, and I think that's great, right? But they're frustrated at the fact that they've set all of these checkbox goals, and even though they've hit all of those checkboxes, it doesn't mean that whatever they're planning to do happens. Right? Like, the saying, like, you can do everything right, but at the end of the day, it still doesn't happen the way you want it to. Like, I think that's kind of what I see a lot of people's frustrations to be.
I think the key word here is, as we grow older, I think the word practicality.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the bottom line kind of thing, right?
Right.
It's like, how practical and how realistic can we get to the goals that we set for ourselves? Not saying that, sky's the limit still to your dreams and to your goals, to the achievements that you want to achieve, but how practical can we get there, right?
Right.
And as we grow older, we kind of really grow an understanding and a grasp on our borders and on our walls and all the limitations that we have for ourselves. And, we learn to kind of work around those and just be practical about, hey, you know what? It's not that my dreams are dead. It's just that the way that I'm going to get there is either going to take more time, or the approach is just going to be more different, right?
Right. And it's also okay for dreams to change, right? Like, I know lots of people who, for example, wants to grow up and be in a certain profession or do something, or like possess something, right? And then I think as you kind of go through different life experiences and you get new perspectives, like, those things might change, right? And a lot of people are like actually really sad that they feel like their dreams have died. But then when we chat and we talk about like, hey, like, what do you want to do now? So instead of, for example, being, I don't know, like, this is a hypothetical example, like, instead of being an astronaut, right? Like, they want to be a mom instead. And I'm like, that's a dream. That's a huge I think thing to have happened in your life. And I think that's like completely okay that you not grow out of your dream of becoming an astronaut, but also kind of being faced with the decisions that you have to make. You made you feel like what's the best for you, and then now you're more focused on being a mom than being an astronaut. Right. And I think that's totally fine. And I sure have changed my direction in life many times.
I think all of us have.
Yeah.
Eddie, you were going to add something.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, it sounds like as we grow older, we're more, yes, practical, but also we're more flexible with our goals. And that, I feel like that's something that maybe when we were younger, we didn't understand quite yet. And also, given our goals when we were younger, like we were talking about, a lot of it was school-based, right? Like grades, getting your first job. So those were I guess it's not. You didn't need to be as flexible. Like if you wanted to pass a course, you pass a course. There's no flexibility in that.
Right.
But now, as we get older, our goals have changed in a way where we can be flexible along the way. It's like, you know what? I wanted to, do something and, be a doctor in 5 years. Oh, looks like I can't do that. Maybe I should change that goal a little bit. So I feel like
Right.
as we get older, we are becoming more flexible. And part of that is by evaluating practicality, kind of like what tools, what is happening around us, and also just ourselves, right? Like I definitely felt like there are certain goals that while I had set it, as I was working towards it, I'm like, actually, that's not what I want to do. And I just completely switched to something else. So I think that flexibility does come with our experience and our age. And I think I could hear that in all of our conversations as we were talking about how our goals and our goal setting mindset has changed over time.
Right. I think there's actually a lot of wisdom too. Like credit where credit's due. When you get that, when it comes to you into an epiphany that, you know what, maybe I need a change of courses. Like, I mean, like not school courses, but I mean like a course in life, like a path rather, to be more practical, to be more realistic, and to be able to have that level of self-awareness. I think that takes a lot of wisdom as well to be able to identify that, you know what, maybe being an astronaut going off of STEM isn't really a way for me to go, but rather being an amazing mom as well, instead. Like being able to assess that and accept that and move on with that. I mean, mind you, that's a very drastic example, but an example nonetheless. And I think that takes a lot of guts too, and that in itself is an achievement, I think. Being able to do that. Sorry, just to touch on my approach to this topic and how things have changed for me. I have a problem where, well, I have many problems, but when it comes to like achievements and goals and stuff, I mean, you guys already know that I keep moving the goalpost every time, where it's like, yeah, this isn't really a good enough goal, or this isn't really a good enough achievement to be considered an achievement, right? That's one problem. Another problem with me is that if I set myself into an achievement and be like, you know what, I'm gonna get this done at this, like, I then create this unhealthy obsession of like, I gotta get this done, and whether that would be like, it would completely tax me physically or mentally, or it would just empty me out, like, it doesn't matter, because I have set this goal or this achievement for myself. Just for example, like producing like these episodes, like editing them and whatnot, like I have set goals for me and stuff. And just like what Stan said, when you feel bad when you don't tick that box and you haven't achieved that, like that irks me so much that it eats away at me. But then I'm like, oh, you know what, next time I'm gonna edit 3 episodes. And obviously that's not healthy, because that's like 12 hours of editing, of just sitting in one spot. But I put that on myself. Now, given I haven't done that, I've done 2, but I was pretty close.
Just 6 hours, that's all, not 12.
Yeah, but what's cool, what I think is cool about these obsessions is that when I do pull through, when I do kind of get there, I'm like, that's right. See, it works, John. Like I tell myself, all these unnecessary pressure that you put on yourself to get there is how you get there. Not to make this about me again, but basically, when I went back to school last, I think like 2 years now, when I graduated, I had an unhealthy obsession of like, you guys had like, oh, I gotta get these in marks in high school. I'm like, no. If I'm gonna do school this time, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right and like crisp and like, like upper echelon kind of like creme de la creme.
You're getting into Harvard type thing.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like that's the amount of effort that I'm gonna put there.
Wow.
And I mean, lo and behold, not to flex, but I did like get the valedictorian stuff, right? So
what?
Like, you didn't know?
I didn't know that.
More things we learned about John.
Really, you didn't know?
Today,
No.
what we know about John.
Yeah, sorry, no. Yeah, I was like, you know what? That's the ultimate. Like, how much higher can I get out of post-secondary education outside of, I don't know, freaking getting admitted to Harvard, like, you know. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Let me just push it to the limit and just like get there. And like, I filled out the applications and like did a. You have to record yourself saying your speech and stuff so that they can see, yeah, if you're the type to be able to speak in front of
It's an audition.
hundreds of people, essentially. But also, there's credentials about like marks and also the interviewer professors and stuff, and they kind of vouch for you, and you kind of have to have a teacher that can vouch for you as well. So I had to talk to one of my really good profs then, and she was like, yeah, sure, I'll vouch for you. And yeah, lo and behold, that's what it was.
That's pretty crazy.
That was an unhealthy, I think that was an unhealthy amount of obsession that I had for school, but that was my achievement.
Right.
Now, moving back a bit to what Stan said, more now things are a lot more practical. When Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility.
Or Aunt May.
Hey, spoilers, like, I think that's kind of my also like a two-bladed, what is that sword?
Double-edged sword?
Double-edged sword.
Two double-bladed sword.
Double-bladed sword. I'm gonna edit this out. So
no, you have to keep it.
Later on, we're gonna do a reference to double-bladed sword.
Yeah, double-bladed sword. Exactly.
We have to keep it in.
But yeah, I think that's also kind of a curse for me, because then I just create this unhealthy obsession, and if I don't get through with it, I just spiral into this, negative.
Right, and I wanted to like just interject and say, like, it's not that we're saying don't put any pressure on yourself. And I think like that's like really crazy. I think the reason why we all came as far as we did in life, and we are successful in our own field, is because we do put a lot of pressure on ourselves to succeed, to to be able to do certain things, and to take a lot of responsibility, right? But I think those, like, what's that saying? The pressure builds diamonds, or
something like that. Like, some people turn to coals and other people turn to diamonds, or something
like that. So, but we do need that sort of pressure and amount of push in our lives to actually achieve, right, to move forward. But I think we are saying that I think goal setting doesn't have to be like a all or nothing type deal. And
right.
as you grow up, have more responsibilities, like you can no longer stay up until like 4 or 5 a.m. because you have work the next day. I think it's just figuring out how to balance your own physical and mental health, as well as figuring out what you want to be able to achieve in your life.
True. Yeah, you can't all in on everything, right? It's like you really have to be able to divide and recognize.
Yeah, I agree.
As much as you love that.
And I feel like, well, an audience might not know, but John is the younger one of the three of us. So I feel like
really,
I am.
Yeah, I know,
the baby
right?
of the
He's
group.
the baby.
That's
He's
right.
what is it called? Maknae of the group. Oh my god.
What's maknae?
So in K-pop culture, the youngest member, I think, is called the maknae. I could be wrong.
Oh, this is a K-pop
thing. This is a K-pop thing.
Sorry.
If people know K-pop and I'm saying it wrong, or if it's a wrong reference, let me know. I apologize in advance.
The cutesy one, Stan, out of our group.
But yeah, I feel like the reason why I say that is because I feel like when I was younger, I was also that obsessive with my goals. Like you said, it was an obsession for me too. So, and then to Stan's point, as we go older, it's not that I lose the obsession, it just becomes like a light pressure rather than like, oh my god, I didn't achieve my goal, like I only have a month left. Like, I literally had before multiple times, my friends can attest to this, I would cry because I didn't get like a certain grade that I had set for myself that I wanted to achieve. I would literally get my report card and sit there and cry. But it's like, oh, instead of getting a 90, I got an 89. Like, it's ridiculous. But I had that obsession where it's like I didn't reach my goal. But then
also, actually, sorry
go ahead.
to interrupt. I didn't get the highest of the highest marks. Mind you, my GPA was still, I think, 4.0, but I wasn't I wasn't at the very, very top. Because I knew people who like really knew what they were, what they were going into. And mind you, I befriended those people. I'd be like, so what am I gonna use your resources.
You made smart decisions.
Right, exactly. Work smart, not hard, right? But yeah, I digress. Stan, you said something about like the pressure thing. I literally had to look it up. I typed on Google the saying with the egg and pressure. And one of the quotes, which is actually pretty relevant still to what we're talking about, is it says the same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. Ooh. It's about what you're made of, not the circumstances.
Damn.
Right? Which I mean is pretty relevant to it's
just saying, do you want to be a potato or do you want to be an egg, right?
That's right.
I want to be a potato.
I do. Potatoes, dude, can survive in anything. Say.
I want to just be a potato and sprout.
I'm so useful.
Potatoes grow in the sack that they're harvested in. Like, you don't even need to bury them.
I know.
Like, they just grow.
Yep.
Dang.
And eggs are fragile.
That's
Hello?
the title of our
eggs are delicious. Eggs are fragile.
Exactly. Eggs are fragile AF, man.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, this quote. See? We just double back on how good this quote was. But yeah, we kind of move things along with our achievements and our goals. It's still, to be honest, it's still very difficult for me to identify my achievements to this day, because I don't think they're achievements. I just think they're kind of like
I know, we always have to remind you. It's like, hey,
I know, and I hate it.
Very impressive things.
Yeah, it's like, hey, remember you're a recording artist? You have an album?
No, stop. No, I don't. I'm editing this out. But also I think as I grew older, I don't know about you guys, I obviously can't speak for the both of you, but I think I've learned to kind of like the smaller like we touched on it at the beginning of this episode, where it's like, oh yeah, an achievement of mine is collecting all the Pokemons in the newest Pokemon game.
Listen, nothing wrong with that, to become a Pokemon master.
Totally. Maybe to be the next Ash Ketchum. Totally, more power to you. But I mean, now that I say it like that, I feel like it kind of really lowers the bar for this achievement. But
it's not easy, okay? For people out there trying, it is not an easy task.
Right. Point being that I wanted to get across is that small things accumulate kind of into like a bigger achievements, right?
Right.
And for me, it's very helpful to be able to recognize the smaller things that are achievements, and then that will kind of help you get to your goal.
Or even milestones, right?
Exactly, yeah. That's why I hate that question, like applying for jobs now, especially in interviews and stuff, when they ask you, where do you see yourself in so-and-so years? I'm like, man, if you asked me this question at like 2020, I'd be like, yo, I'd have my own this and that, I have my office, and then COVID hits, and then like, where are you at now? Like, how can you even say? Sorry, go ahead, Daddy.
I was gonna say, I have a funny story about that. So when I was interviewing for articling student positions, one of my interviews did ask me like, oh, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I had said, I would like to have my own firm by then. Probably not the best. Yeah, it's like, check. But then at the same time, it's like probably not the best answer to give your employer when you're trying to get a position.
That's right.
It's the same as
you want to leave us within
job.
5 years.
Like, excuse me?
I know, right? Dang.
Like, yes, ambition and all.
Exactly,
but, yeah.
But at the same time, as your employer, like, what?
I want you to be working under me.
Yeah, exactly.
Boss.
Yeah, like I want to be.
I hate
like,
that question. Every time I get asked that question, I just say the same thing what I'm saying now. It's just like, ask me this question in 2021, and I'll tell you all of this, and wouldn't, like, in hindsight, everything's so devastating, to like your ego must be shot, like your confidence in yourself and the things that you lined up for yourself. like that's pretty messed up, man. And who could have said that any of
Yeah.
these was coming, right? Like who could have predicted any of these things happening right now?
Right. So I think for like as a tip for you, this is how I've been answering this question for like years, right? Like whenever I get asked like what do you want to do in like 3 years, 5 years or whatever, I always answer with something that I can control. Right. So for example, if I want to be physically fit, if I want to learn how to code a app, right? Like if I want to have an app on the App Store, right? Like whatever it is, it's never dependent on other people. It's never dependent on if I get a promotion or not. It's never dependent on if I make so much money or not, right? It's just about like, you know, am I able to, you know, like commit myself to whatever, right? Like, and having those set goals for myself, right? Because those are achievable, and I think that shows, you know, what's important in your life, and it also shows your character in terms of commitment.
I swear this was on an MSNBC article about how to answer that question, Stan.
Probably, but like, 'cause it just makes sense to me, right? It never makes sense when people are like, "Oh, I wanna be in this position," and I'm like, "Okay, who says in 5 years that I'm gonna promote you to this position?" You know, and I'm like, I get it, the confidence, but also at the same time, I'm like, man, this candidate's delusional. You know, like.
I was gonna say presumptuous, but no, this lady is like insane.
It's like
that's
great.
what you're saying.
It's like great. You have those ambitions, right? But like the delusion is real. Like,
oh my gosh, wow. Well,
okay, maybe not as harsh. Maybe not as harsh. But like,
hold yourself back a bit.
Yeah, but like,
jeez.
No, we like the harshness.
But like that's kind of like. Not saying that like I discount certain candidates because of that, right? But like, you know, when I first of all never ask these questions because I feel like there's no point. There's no point. This question is really bad. This is a bad interview question.
I agree.
Right? Like this is. I feel like this is something that like, you know, I want to ask like my partner maybe and be like, hey, what do you want to be in 5 years so we can maybe line up. Yeah. You know. But like as an interview question, it's like, okay, first of all, like what makes you think that I'm gonna be working for you in 5 years?
For 5 years, yeah. It's so pretentious, I think.
Yeah.
It's so pretentious. It's so presumptuous. And it's like, you know, like, how about we just talk about what I want to do, like, next month? Like, what can I, you know, give you?
Or, like, what we want to grab for dinner.
Right?
That's,
you know, like,
immediate.
Like, let's calm it down a bit. But, yeah, I mean, as such, that's just how it is now.
Yeah, you have to answer the questions you're asked, right? But anyway, I wanted to ask you guys, because I know we are at nearing the end of our episode. I wanted to know, like, a general goal that you guys have.
Steamwhistle's all right. Oh, sorry.
Oh, and that.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Yeah, I want to know one kind of general goals that you guys have in your life right now that you either want to incorporate in your life as a lifestyle or you want to check off as a checkbox. Whatever it is, I want to know kind of what you guys have going on as a goal.
Addie's thinking. I mean, Stan. Do you know Stan? Because you look like you have an answer. Okay,
I definitely do. And this has been like a goal for a while, and I've been very bad in terms of keeping up with what I need to do to get there. Right. But I know that I need to be more active. I know I need to keep my body moving because of my injury, right? Like, so today, when like the day of our recording, it's like it rained pretty heavily outside. It's gonna be like a really shitty day.
Bro, it's raining all day.
And my back hurts so much. I literally I'm not even kidding. I could like barely get out of bed today. I could barely walk down the stairs to the room. And then now that I'm sitting here, I don't think I'm gonna move for like a couple hours. Because like honestly, it just hurts so much to move, right? And then I like whenever it's days like this, I know I'm like on a good day when it's sunny, when I can move, I should be working out, I should be walking, I should be stretching. But then sometimes I'm just like, you know, like work or something else will come along the way and I won't do it, right? But then it's days like this when I regret it. So
health goals. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. So something very active that I want to be more mindful of is keeping my body healthy so then I can actually, you know, go on trips again when the pandemic is really over. I can, you know, not have to like worry about like, is there like resting places along where I want to travel, because that's not how I want to travel, right? So that's something that I want to be more focused on.
You have an answer, Eddie?
Yeah, I think I guess I have a couple of goals. One is more like a tangible long-term goal. Like I do want to move I do live downtown, but I do want to eventually move out of downtown and have land and have soil. So
Yo,
Be near me.
Yeah.
get the burbs going. What?
Like,
The downtown
and,
girl is
like,
moving out of downtown.
I feel like I'm starting to grow out of the downtown lifestyle. So my goal is to, eventually maybe buy a house or a townhouse somewhere in the burbs. So that's kind of like
What a boomer.
yeah, I know, right? Like that's my tangible long-term goal. And then kind of my on
There's a house being sold. You could be my neighbor, literally down the street. So you should probably check that.
give me a few more years.
No, it's good enough. It's fine. Anyway.
But yeah, so that's my tangible long-term goal. And then kind of my ongoing goal would be to kind of manage my stress and accept that certain things I cannot change. So I used to say this one line when I was like, I think it was in high school. It would be like, change the unacceptable and accept the unchangeable. So
Wow.
I know.
Did you get this off of a fortune cookie? Oh my God, this girl.
I know. I used to say that a lot. So like if I've tried to change something and it's not changeable, I need to learn to accept it. So I feel like that's kind of my ongoing goal because a lot of my stress comes from not being able to let go of things. And like, especially when it comes to work, it's like I've done my job, but some people, you can't make everyone happy, right? Like, especially being a lawyer,
Sure.
there's always going to be someone on the other side. So I might keep my client happy, and I've advised my client to protect his or her interests, but on the other side, they might not like me, and they probably think I'm like this slimy lawyer that's trying to like screw them over or steal their money. But in reality, it's like, no, I'm just doing my job. And like that
Sure.
used to really, really bother me, and I can't let go. But now I'm trying to learn to accept that, you know what, I can't change how other people see me sometimes, and that's fine. And I need to accept that and move on and not kind of like dwell in that sphere. And I feel like that's my ongoing goal, to just like manage my stress by accepting that there are things I cannot change and to just move on from it. And that's kind of my ongoing mindfulness goal.
Wow. So my goals is like a culmination of both of your goals. Look how that turned out, huh?
Wow.
We didn't plan this, by the way.
No, of course not. No, we have a script actually.
We're just reading
out.
off of it.
Yeah,
Don't
we're
waste
just
time. The
Yeah, Google Docs.
the double-bladed sword is also part of the
Mhm.
script.
It says double-bladed sword joke. We were like, we have that like asterisk.
Insert laughter.
Yeah. But no, so the same deal with Stan, health-wise for me, basically lose, what am I now? Not getting into specific details, but lose, 15, 20 pounds actually by July. We're recording this in March, so I have three and a half months basically. I am kind of like slowly chipping away at it, but like you guys said, recognize my achievements, and I turned 30 and I was like, I gotta be healthier and be more active, and that's what I just did. Not going back to it too much. And yeah, but in the longer terms of just having a better understanding and being more self-aware, just like Addie said, being able to understand yourself and grow into a better person. I already live in the burbs, so I'm not gonna I don't have that achievement. Also, actually, and this is gonna sound really corny, and I don't. Also, a little bit of oh my God, the word in my mind was transgression, which is clearly not the right word. A little tangent is oh my God, I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna edit that out too. Anyway, what I was gonna say, not to be too corny about it, is that I actually want to see this podcast go somewhere. And like really, I don't need us to be famous. I don't think I think people need to be very careful about what they wish for when it comes to like 15 minutes of fame kind of thing. And I don't plan for us to do that. I just hope for us to kind of create an audience and a community, I guess, to be able to share and kind of resonate with what we were saying and what we were talking about. and be sponsored by all these beer companies so that we don't have to go to beer stores and LCBOs
to hunt
every
for
week.
beer.
Yeah, I swear, like, I swear one of like the cashiers at the beer store by my place recognized me, and I don't want to be that guy that they recognize. You know, I mean, no offense to the people who go to the beer stores on the reg, but like, you know, I just have other places to be. I don't want to be there. Looks like this guy has like problems, you know.
Damn,
But
every
anyway.
week he's here to pick up another 6-pack. Wow.
I know, shoot, like this guy has a list.
That's funny.
But yeah, those are the things that I wanna kind of be conscious about.
I also want to add is another ongoing goal is to not let others influence my goals and to set goals that are more attuned with myself, because I think I think we've all touched on this, like growing up, whether it's like school or teachers or whatnot, or parents or family, whatever it is, like I feel like there was a heavier influence when we were younger of like what they want us to do, what teachers want us to do, what the school board wants us to fill out in terms of our future planning. I think now that we're older and we have more control of our lives, something I want to do is more like set goals that are attuned with my life and myself, and not allow others to too heavily influence what I want to do with my life.
True. I mean, with that being said, Beer Talks has honestly been a passion project, I think, for us three now at this point. And if drinking first thing in the morning doesn't say commitment, I don't know.
Not many things else do.
I don't know what else does, right? I was just saying before we started this, man, we're really committed to this routine now. Every Saturday, we kind of record ourselves over, and when we do get the opportunities to be in the same room, in the same, same place, seeing each other's faces in real time, I think we kind of. I don't want to be too cheesy about it, but like it's nice, and I just hope that. I hope that other people kind of feel the same way too. Things that we're putting out there are everything that we're saying here isn't scripted as much as we joke about it. These are just real people talking about real things.
And I feel like my goal for this podcast is I would be happy if I am somebody's white noise while they're cooking. You know what I mean? That's my goal for this podcast. Like, you don't actually have to listen to us. Just put us on in the background while you're doing other stuff. Listen,
if Addie is your white noise, leave us a comment.
Wow. Wait, that's kind of counterintuitive, no? They weren't paying attention to you saying that in the first place. So why would they hear you out saying that? Anyway, yeah, I just hope that this becomes like an environment where people can just, enjoy and talk things out, and other people might be able to kind of chime in as well. As we go into a close for this goals episode, any last notes about Steamwhistle now that we have finished? Well, I have finished our drink.
I also finished mine. Yeah, it definitely still tastes like candy to me.
Candy, eh?
Yeah, it tastes like candy.
To me, it tastes like a bolder Corona.
Okay.
Where it's like it's lighter, but at the same time it has a lot of character to it. So I would even bravely say and boldly claim that this is the Canadian Corona.
Oh, whoa.
This is what exactly. So when you okay, relax.
Big words.
when you because Corona is like a beach, with a lime on top, and you squeeze it and it's like sunny and like you just hear the shore, the water hitting the shoreline. This is like Steamwhistle would be like, you just in your log cabin in your igloo, with your Uggs.
Wait. Let me paint a Toronto picture. You're sitting on the sugar beach listening to the Ontario Lake splash against the...
Ew, no.
all the nasty water.
I know, Lake Ontario is so gross.
Don't smell Lake Ontario. Just smell Steamwhistle because it smells phenomenal.
Maybe that's why that Steamwhistle is so fragrant, huh? They're just
you have to cover the we know you have to cover the smell of Lake Ontario. So just smell our beer.
And Steamwhistle is the go-to.
So yeah, we will no longer have Steamwhistle as our sponsor. Thank you for listening.
That's not true.
We're sorry.
We're totally giving them credit.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's our due time.
Yes.
Thank you, Addie. Thank you, Stanley, for always being committed to Beer Talks.
Always.
Thank you, John.
And thank you to the audience. Please leave us a CLS, comment, like, and subscribe.
Oh, yeah,
we are
right.
on Instagram and TikTok at BEERTALKSTO, Beer Talks TO. Come on over, like and subscribe.
It doesn't get old, eh? Like, we are like 10 episodes into this, and Addie still struggles every time, and we just wait for her. We wait for her to choke every time. And
every time without fail, like I just like crack up when she does this.
And it's funny because she's literally. This is okay. If we were talking scripts, this is the only time she actually reads that part.
It's true.
She reads it letter for letter.
I have it on my iPad in bold in all caps. I'm like, read this, spell this out.
Right. Anyway.
Oh man.
Thanks everybody for listening. Steamwhistle, hit us up. Let everybody know. Have yourself some quality goals, some realistic quality goals. And if you're a dreamer, dream on, baby.
Dream on.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Go out, keep at it.
Tell us your goals. We would love to hear it.
Thanks, guys, for listening. Thanks, Addie and Stan, for having me and Steamwhistle.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, Stan.
Hey, no worries, Addie. No worries. We'll see you guys again next time.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.